In 1162, between modern-day Mongolia and Siberia, a ruthless leader and great conqueror was born. The King of Kings, a brutal barbarian, and the founder of the largest land empire the world had ever seen, was Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, along with his sons and grandsons, waged a monumental war, and in just 25 years, the Mongol army conquered more territory than the Romans had conquered in 400 years. By the time of Genghis's death in 1227, the Mongol Empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the Caspian Sea, covering an area of some 10 million square kilometers. The empire covered a vast area of over 1 million square miles, equal in size to the African continent and larger than the United States, Canada, Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean combined. This made Genghis Khan one of the most successful military leaders in history. Born in 1162 as Temujin, he was the son of a local chieftain and was said to have been born clutching a clot of blood in his hand, a sign from heaven that he would become a great warrior. Temujin experienced grief and suffering from an early age, and the death of his father was a significant event in his life. When Temujin was only 9 years old, he was poisoned by a rival tribe after his father died. The tribe abandoned him and his family, as Mongolian tribes only follow strong and respected leaders. They were forced to survive in the harsh conditions of the steppes. During this time, Temujin killed his half-brother, who was accused of hoarding food while others were starving to death. This allowed Temujin to gain control of the tribe. He soon led it along with his longtime friend and blood brother, Jamuka. 10 years later, Temujin became a powerful leader and united the Mongol tribes. Temujin realized that his small tribe, living in the open grasslands of the steppes, was weak and defenseless. He decided to increase his numbers by marrying a local tribeswoman. Soon he found a woman who became his first wife. Temujin gained not only a loving life partner, but also fighting power. Temujin's peaceful life was not destined to last long, as misfortune soon returned to him. A powerful neighboring tribe raided his camp, taking many people with them, including Temujin and Jamika. They managed to escape, but the war continued. When they reached the local community that was fighting over the images on the site, their father asked for help. Karna heeded their plea, and soon Temujin found himself at the head of a huge fighting force. Soon after, he took swift and decisive action against those who had wronged him, heading to a trading camp in the mountains of northern Mongolia. He slaughtered the offending tribe, taking his wife in the process. These harsh conditions that Temujin faced as a child helped shape him into the warlord he became and taught him how to survive in difficult situations. The tribe began to split as the differences between Temujin and Jammu became more apparent. Temujin valued talent regardless of its origin, while Jammu believed that only those of noble birth deserved respect. This led to a split in the tribe, and Jammu eventually formed his own clan. 2 years passed before the pair met again, when Jammu's men killed Temujin without warning. The outnumbered generals of Jammu Tsar suffered a terrible fate. They were boiled alive. When Temujin learned of this, he was furious and vowed from that day on to take revenge and never suffer defeat again. In 1204, they finally met in a decisive battle that was crucial to the survival of the Mongols and determined the fate of Temujin. The Mongol tribes were skilled in both archery and horsemanship, and they used these skills to deal a fatal blow in battle. The weapons were made of wood and animal bones and had a range of 500 yards. Military rank was based on meritocracy, so Temujin demonstrated his military genius in this battle. He ordered each warrior to light 5 fires the night before the battle, so that Jamuku's scouts would report a large battle party and strike fear into the hearts of the enemy. At dawn, both armies advanced, and when they were close enough, Temujin's troops unleashed a barrage of arrows and a cavalry charge to destroy Jammu Kazami. He then pretended to retreating with part of his troops. He lured the enemy into a pre-planned ambush where they were quickly routed. This resulted in a decisive victory over his former blood brother, who fled the battlefield. Jamika was later betrayed by 2 of his generals and brought before Temujin. When he refused Temujin's second chance, he was given an honorable death. At last, the Mongols were united under one leader. In honor of this great achievement, Temujin was given the title of Genghis Khan, meaning universal leader, in 1206. Soon he turned his attention to the powerful Chinese dynasties to the east. He knew that the emperor would never allow such a strong and united Mongolia to emerge on his borders, so he decided to strike first by heading into China. The Khan's army plundered, raped, and killed anyone who stood in their way until they reached the northern capital, now called Beijing. The city was one of the most advanced in the world, with 40-foot-high walls that were completely alien to the nomadic Mongols. To gain entry to the city, Genghis Khan used the Mongols' captured Chinese engineers and forced them to build siege weapons. They set up camp outside the city walls, cutting off vital supply lines. This went on for so long that thousands of people began to starve, and many turned to cannibalism. When the Mongols finally attacked the city, they encountered little resistance and took it with relative ease. The result was a month of looting and destruction that cemented Genghis Khan's reputation as a ruthless conqueror and took the Mongol Empire to new heights. His army then continued west. The conquest continued to spread into Eastern Europe, showing no signs of slowing down. In 1227, Genghis Khan, the leader of the Mongol Empire, died during his final campaign in China. His last words, according to The Secret History, were, "I have won a great empire for you, but my life was not enough to conquer the world. I leave this task to you." He appointed his son Oboji as his successor, hoping that he would be able to fulfill the divine mission. After his death, Genghis was buried in an unmarked grave. All those who organized the funeral were executed to keep the location secret. Despite his reputation for bloodshed and warfare, Genghis left behind a significant legacy. He took women as trophies during his conquests and had many children, resulting in a large number of descendants. Recent research suggests that 1 in every 200 modern humans is a direct descendant of Genghis. During the reign of Genghis Khan, a complex and sophisticated society emerged that laid the foundation for modern civilization. The Mongols ignored race, ethnicity, and class, creating a society based on merit and ability. In this meritocratic society, people were rewarded based on their skills and abilities, which set Tallinn apart from other cities. The Mongol Empire also practiced religious tolerance, making it one of the most diverse